Grand Rising, my love, is Grand Rising. Y'all want to hang out with me right quick? I'm sitting on my back porch, y'all. And I want to talk about what I've been going through for the last few days. Ain't nothing bad. It's spiritual. I messed around and ran across a book. This book is called The Knowledge Book. Don't go nowhere. Y'all want to stay here. Y'all know I always give y'all something good. I don't come on here unless something done popped off. And come to find out, reading the book, it says that when something happens, when I get a word, when I get a message, tell it. It'll let me know what not to say and what to say. And I think this is something that needs to be said. I messed around and ran across this book called The Knowledge Book. Now, on my channel, for you newcomers, we spirit walk. Enough of just being human all the time. We know we done grew up. We know it's something more to this thing. We more than flesh and bones. So this is for the people that know they are more than flesh and bones, right? You want to look up the knowledge book, not the book of knowledge. You want to look up the knowledge book. And let me tell y'all how I ran across this book. I was sitting here hearing the word knowledge. Yes, on my channel, we spirit walk, meaning the flesh is off. The flesh is in the healing center. The flesh is being healed. Whatever attached to the flesh is not attached to us. We're breath, vibration, emotion, frequency. We are claiming our Godship. We are what God is, right? This book, I was sitting here hearing knowledge. The word knowledge talked to me. Now, I remember knowledge being in the Kabbalah. And the way the Kabbalah speaks, it tells you that words are deities. Words are governors. Words are gods. Words are lords. Words are garments. Words are armor. Words are your clothing, spirit man. Not skin, not this shirt, not these braids, but words are your covering. If you are breath, you are covered by words. Words create your form. Now, reading this book and thinking on the Kabbalah, these words gave you body parts. When he spoke and he said, let us create man in our own image, he's speaking to his words. So each word, good and bad, because it's the way it became good words and it's the way it became bad words. We'll say evil words and good words, not right and wrong words. We'll say good and evil. Okay, we're going to stick to the script. But these words created us. These words came together. They worked together. And they put our butt together. So knowledge. The word knowledge created your hair. Get it? That's why they like dreadlocks. They say they like antennas. Because you get knowledge from the universe. Well, why do we say things? We don't even pay attention to how we speak, right? The word knowledge is alive. The word knowledge is a deity. The word knowledge is a part of God. The word knowledge is an aspect of God. It's a character trait of God. It's a personality of God. Just that one word, knowledge. That's the knowing that God has. It's all wrapped up into this word called knowledge. So I said, if knowledge sitting here talking to me, I'm not the only one knowledge has introduced itself to. Now I'm thinking of this word with a personality and character traits. No longer is it just some letter forms. This thing is alive because it's speaking to me. I said somebody had to write about it. I bet you knowledge got a book, a whole book, where knowledge is just expressing itself, because different words like truth, faith, if you think about it, these single words have books written on just that subject, just that topic, just that word, like it was dedicated to that word. So I said knowledge has to have its own book. So the thoughts just started playing with me, and I looked it up, y'all. And knowledge does have a book. So the word knowledge wanted me to look for it, so it can really break itself down to me, because I think too much talking or too much interaction, it might wear my vessel out or blow a fuse, or because when you in the presence of God, when God is speaking to you, it's like your soul be arrested, you be stuck, and you feel things. Your body actually responds to God. It responds to the voice. This is how you know you ain't talking to yourself. You're being talked to. Something else is focusing on you. Something is communicating with you. Something came from wherever it was, and it called you. It tapped you on the shoulder like that. Hey, Tasha. Hey, Tasha. And I got to be like, huh? And I got to listen, right? So as I began to read this book called The Knowledge Book, not the Book of Knowledge. It's called The Knowledge Book. It's a free read on the PDF, right? Because that book is like $499, y'all. When I read this book, first of all, it says in the part of this book that this book is alive. Treat this book like you would a friend. Read, 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 and read. The more you read, the more light codes will be downloaded in you. The more you read, the more you get. The more you read, the more you become unlocked. The more you read, you're going to see something that you didn't see. You're going to hear something that you didn't hear. You're going to feel something that you didn't feel. Every time you read, it said, treat this book like a friend. Keep it near. It says that this book is a living entity. And y'all want to call me crazy, right? Because I'm telling you that in spirit, nothing is dead in spirit. This chair, you see this chair? This chair got a vibration on it. You see this blanket? This blanket has a vibration on it. If God want to get a message to you, He can tap this chair. You can put your arm right here and get a download. I can lay my head back on this blanket and get a download. Because if you're spirit, you're blending in with everything. You are what everything is. You are nature. You no longer see yourself as an individual. If you can make yourself crystallize in that thinking, it becomes a philosopher's stone. It becomes something you can build on. And you can climb your way up out of here if you stop thinking you're human. You're not freaking human. You are a God pretending to be human. You are a spirit pretending to be human. Now, if you want to argue with me, you got to argue with all the people that done had near-death experiences and they still here. They always go to the place where we come from. They come back with information and knowledge. Then they bring it back here. So you can't say that near-death experiencers didn't experience what they experienced, because your ass got to die in order for you to get what they coming from. So don't argue with them. Just listen and be glad that you're in the presence of somebody that done been over there and they done traveled their butt back over here to help you out. Now, the knowledge book. It says that the more you read this book, your eyes become a camera. You begin to see the way spirit sees. It's like now your vision is focused. Now you laser focused. So when you get them eyes, you don't see the same. You begin to see like you would see if you had a near-death experience and didn't come back. So you get to live in both worlds once you get the camera eyes. Take a picture. I get it. So, this knowledge book was written by celestials. This knowledge book is so powerful and so real. It explained to me my theory on the book that I wrote. Remember, I made videos about it. I wrote that book, and that book got up and walked. That book got up and did what the heck it wanted to do. That book no longer belonged to me. That book went on the website it wanted to go on. Even to this day, if I try to correct that book, if I try to change that book, because I didn't get to do what I wanted to do with the book. I was just writing down everything that was coming to me, and it was my life. It was the things I noticed in the spirit realm. It's a true book. Nothing in that book is a lie. The book kept saying KDP. KDP, y'all, I didn't even know what Kindle Direct Publishing was. I went on that site. All I did was scroll, and then it said, you want to do a paperback book, you want to do an ebook. I hit ebook. Next thing I know, that thing said your book has been downloaded. Y'all, I got a lot of stuff in my computer. I'm not lying to y'all when I say this book did what it wanted to do. And now that I see that books really are alive and books are really living entities, it proved my story. I wasn't able to put the pictures in. And when I said, Lord, why you wouldn't let me put the pictures in? The voice said, my word go forth first. So maybe I'll do a part 2 of the book. And because I've gotten more information on some of the chapters that I've written. And I'll just add my pictures then. But that's my first book. Those are my first fruits. That is my gift to humanity. Those are my tithes. That is my offering. I tried to make the book be like $7, y'all. And that was like the only thing I could control. But I hear people telling me the book is for free. Am I going to worry about that book being free? I'm not touching that book. I'm not bothering that book. Whoever gets that book, gets that book. It's called Primordial Knowledge. Getting to Know Consciousness by Latasha Talley. And then it explains consciousness, but walking around being conscious with consciousness. It shows you how to see. So reading this knowledge book, y'all, that confirmed me right there that I was not tripping, that my book really got a heartbeat. My book has a heartbeat, and it's made for a time. Whatever time, I don't know. I don't get any. But the knowledge book. I was sitting here. It says that the more you read, the more connected you'll be. The more you read, the faster answers gonna come, because once you get into that thinking, it's no stopping. One thing it said, don't act surprised all the time. Don't be blown away by the miracles that you see. Because it's like saying, ooh, I'm breathing. Can you believe I can breathe? It don't make no sense. It's your nature. It's just like if you would bring gold to heaven, you would be laughed at because they walk on it. It's street, it's pavement. So you got to get your thinking like that. Don't let nothing surprise you. I know it's going to be hard till you get a grip of the stuff that's going to be coming out the air and out of the woodwork and around the corner and from up under the stairs. But somehow you're going to have to get used to it, because the more you know that this is your nature, that this is normal, the more you can see, and the more comfortable you'll be, and the more trusted you'll be, and you'll get more visitations, and you'll get more knowledge, and you'll get the secrets to the mysteries behind the earth. So it said, once you keep on reading, you get unlocked. So now that you have different eyes, when you read holy scriptures, because it tells you that the Bible was made for Christ. Those are for Christians. The Quran for the Muslims, right? Then you have is it the Old Testament or the New Testament? One of them for Moses, right? Just them three: Muhammad, Christ, and Moses. They make up the triangle. I could see the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit in all three. See, God disguises himself behind words, and names are words. You have to be a good, purified enough vessel for God to be able to step into you, for God to be able to merge with you and mess with you. You are clothing for God. You are a suit for God. You are an outfit for God. You are covering for him. You are how he disguised himself to be down here and walk down here with us. He have to have vessels that he can travel in and out of, because he everywhere. Everybody deserves God. You have to be able to hold him, believe in him enough to allow him to express himself through your avatar. And when he expresses himself through your avatar, other people see him, other people feel him, other people get him. And if he's using your avatar, you're going to show proof in your life, in your words, your teachings, your books, whatever works you do. He's going to be in it. You're going to be able to see God in it. So this is what's happening. God created you. We didn't like that. Now you created yourself. You don't like that. So now you get to recreate yourself and make you a whole new person. But this time, you and God gonna do it together. You tell God what you want. You tell God how you want to look. You tell God what you want to be about. You tell God how you want to be made. How you want to be in personality and character, right? So you and God work together and build this body that is going to be a body with a right mind, a renewed spirit, a changed heart, with the suit of arms on, meaning you're wearing God's words, because now y'all working together. You're actually listening, and you're actually believing, and you're actually wanting God to be there. And God is actually enjoying you and excited that you want him there. And he loves the fact that you believe him. So he in on the plan. But you see, you need this body, this light body, this spiritual body, because God is God. He walked through walls. He walked through realms. He traveled. And this is how you get into the kingdom. Instead of just looking on the outside or got to hear somebody explain the kingdom to you. No, you just get up and walk your butt right on in, because why? You're a citizen now. You live there. You are a part of there. Ain't no coming out, because you got rid of the body God made. You got rid of the body you made. Now this is the last straw. You stuck in this light body, but this is the body that you want, because in this body you get to understand the mind of God. In this body you get to be a part of God's thinking. You get to be a part of his planning. You get to see what's behind his eyes, because he is you and you are him. So now you are one. You are merged together, Vegeta and Goku. You merge together into this super being. So now you can heal. Now you can deliver. Now you can exorcise demons. Now you can create miracles. Now you can be in the presence of angels. You get what I'm saying? It's really the changing of your thinking. But the changing of your thinking renew your cells. It changes your DNA. And it makes you be palatable to God. It make you seasoned. It make God want to sit with you and just be there and bring the heavenly host there with him. So as I was reading this knowledge book, y'all, my mind was like, wow. I started thinking on my works, and I said, I need a job. Some kind of job. I don't know what made me start looking at my empty apartment, right? And I was just about to say, Lord, I don't have nothing, but I had to check myself, because that's a lie. First of all, I got life and breath. I got my right mind. And I got my strength. That's the first three. Then I got a heart that love God. I got a heart that chase after God. I got a heart that's on God bumper. Talk about stalker syndrome. I jump out of bushes on God. What? Who you with? Where you going? But I be on God bumper, right? So that's how my thinking is. But I had to look around and say, hold on, girl, you got a roof over your head. Yeah, you got an air mattress to sleep on. You could be sleeping on the floor. Then I looked in my refrigerator. I got plenty of food. My lights on. My water on. I got clothes on my body. I said, ooh, don't let me say that. And a lot of you don't have what you want, but you have your necessities. But we disrespect the necessity because we don't have what we want. So we say, look, I ain't got nothing. So he checked me again when I said I need a job. All of a sudden I picked up this word, y'all. I picked up this word, and I can't remember where I found it at, because I was in the spirit when I was talking, and I was focusing on what I see in front of me, which is lack. But is it lack? You know what I'm saying? I labeled it as lack. And when I just opened it up, I didn't guess where I was going to read it. All I did was just flip through here, and I just opened it up, right? And the first thing I laid my eyes on, it said, why you want to work a 9 to 5? Like, I'm paraphrasing, right? Because I don't know how to quote scriptures word by word. Thank God I'm not a parrot. I'm a real reader. And when I call, the word come to me. I don't go to the word. I ask a question, and the word responds to me. And it come to me how it come to me. So I said, Why should I work a 9 to 5? Because that thing said, why you want to work a 9 to 5 and tie yourself down? In other words, devote yourself, become a slave to a job, become a slave to somebody else's ideal, become a slave to somebody else being happy. Why do you want to work? Like, why do you want to waste time, tie up yourself, be sitting up here worrying about if you're going to get there? Why would you want to make a commitment to something like that when it's so draining and it's so frustrating? And then it'll leave you at any point in time. Business is shutting down left and right. I know people that work for a company of a color called Yellow that don't have a job no more. Over 30-some thousand people have been laid off, and I know so many of those people. Y'all, them people didn't tell them till 2 days before they closed the door. And you know they knew ahead of time. They didn't give these people time to recover, time to figure out what they were gonna do. They told them they were shutting their doors 2 days before they shut. How loyal people been. People been there 30 years, 40 years. I get why God snatched things from people. I get why God takes stuff from you. He wait till you get up here, then he takes something from you. He make you crawl after stuff. They weren't treating them people right. They was not treating them people right. And what made that business really shut down is the complaining. God got tired of hearing the complaints. That job went right. Plus, that job was called Yellow, y'all. Do you know what happens to you if you stay in the sun 24/7 and you never go in the house and the sun don't never, ever, 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 ever go down? You don't get a break. The night, the moon don't come out at all. Just think about it. When them people retire, they die. They don't live long after they retire. There was a death pool, so God shut it down. So he made me think about that. He said, why you want to work a 9 to 5? Then my memory took me, because reading this knowledge book, you travel. Then it took me to the verse in the Bible where it says, man shall work by the sweat of his brow. He didn't say man got to bust his knuckles. Man got to submit to somebody else's will, to somebody else's dream. Because think about it. You're not making your dream possible. You making somebody else's dream come true. When you got dreams and hopes and ambitions and goals of your own. So I was sitting there, I was like, wow, that thing literally said, why you want to work a 9 to 5? So it made me, as I kept reading, then it gave some code words, right? Like when God created, he said, let there be. He didn't say, hey, go get me a hammer. He didn't say, hey, can somebody go call the plumber? We need an electrician. We need a backhoe, or we need a loader. We need dump trucks. He spoke. Y'all, man shall work by the sweat of his brow. Then you see the code words in this book. It says think, 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 read, 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 believe, 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 believe. Then it say let there be, let there be, let there be. Then it said words like come, 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 come. Every time you say come, right, it's a different frequency every time you say it. One time you say it, it means something. When you say it again, it means something. When you say it again, it solidifies it. So you say come, come, come. Every time you say let there be, let there be, let there be. Depending on your frequency, Depending on your level of belief every time you say it, depending on your vibration, depends on the manifestation that you get, y'all. And I've been saying these words, and I've been getting visitations. I've been getting visitations. Oh my God. It's a part that says they come, they visit you, they check to see if you sleeping. Y'all tell me why night before last I'm sitting up there and something sitting on my air mattress. Now you know on the air mattress you can feel every movement. Something sat on my bed, y'all. I went to sleep saying, come, come, come. I went to sleep saying, on earth as it is in heaven. I went to sleep saying, let there be, let there be. I believe, I believe, I believe. I trust you. I trust you. I trust you. I know what I am. I know what I am. I am who I am. I am who I am. I didn't say I am that. Because that can be anything. And I ain't trying. I'm tired of being anything. I've been anything all these years. Now I'm trying to be something. So I said, I am who I am. I am who I am. Y'all repeat these phrases till I went to sleep, because the knowledge book is telling us that these are code words. Spirit is telling me what code words are in the Bible, like on earth as it is in heaven. Y'all, there's 7 magic words: to multiply, to duplicate, to create a double harvest. That's how he fed the people with the 2 fish and the 5 loaves of bread. He lifted it up and he said, on earth as it is in heaven. But y'all know, you get camera eyes. You get eyes that see in the spirit. So when I see the 2 fish and the 5 loaves of bread, and he fed 5,000 people, that don't make no sense to the flesh. You only got 2 pieces of fish and 5 loaves of bread, and it's 5,000 people. But if you go in the spirit realm, where words are living, words are alive, then you'll remember that Peter went and got the fish out the water, and Peter pulled the coin out of the fish mouth. And that coin was worth 2 days' wages. Now, he had 2 fish on this go round, so did Peter pull, or anybody pull coin out of those 2 fish mouth? If it's 2 fish, that means that'll be 4 days' wages. But what type of fish it was, depending on what type of fish it is, could depend on the value of the coin that came out of the mouth. So when you look at the bread, the 5 loaves of bread, you know that we got 5 fingers. You know that the hand of God is on everything. See how the spirit make you see things. This a 5-fold ministry, right? So you know the bread is the word. The bread is the word. The bread represents the body. The word, the body for spirit, not for flesh, because this, you already got your body. But when you come out of your body, you need spiritual bread. You need spiritual food. You need spiritual clothing. And the word is your food. The word is your clothing. The word is your armor. The words are your garments. The words are your mantles. The words are your knowledge. The words are your friends. You see what the big role the words have to play? So when you adopt this thinking, you don't see the same. So if I had to go in the spirit and I say, how in the world did God feed 5,000 people with just 2 fish and 5 loaves of bread? Y'all, God made me go back into my memory, reading the knowledge book. I remembered that I woke up inside of my house and it was full of quarters. Nothing but quarters. In my dream, I was worried that I could not get out of my house, that I could not even walk, because this is quarters piled up in a 3-bedroom house, with 2 living rooms, 2 dining rooms, 2 full baths. Every room was full. Even my bedroom, the quarters came up to my bed, and when I woke up, they were covering me like a blanket. If I go in the spirit realm and I think about knowledge and I think about celestial thinking, am I not the fish? Am I not the coins? Are the coins not inside of my home? I'm inside the home with the coins. That means I'm at home with the word. I'm at home with value. I'm at home with glory. I'm at home with grace. I'm surrounded by grace. Valuable, valuable coin. Grace. And we know coins got dates on them, right? Ain't no telling what type of coins was up in them quarters. But they were all silver quarters. No nickels, no dimes, no pennies, nothing. Only quarters. So the knowledge book, reading the knowledge book has opened me up even more to where when I read now, I see the codes, I see the clues, I see how he disguised things in the words. I can see God walking through these pages. I can see God's legs, his arm, his head, his essence walking through this word, y'all. Just from reading the knowledge book, and it helped me put my stuff together. So he fed them 5,000 people with word. And what do the coins represent? Grace. Coins represent value. Coins are tokens. Coins is like your way is paid. Your way has already been made for you. There's no way you can't be accepted. There's no way you don't have enough. There's no way you in lack. There's no way something is missing, because the coins just keep on coming. It just keep on coming. How else did my vessel or my home, however you want to look at it, become filled? Meaning I got value in here. So when I speak, I don't have silver and gold to give you. I have 2 fish and 5 loaves of bread to give you, which is coin and a word. Oh my God, I love how spirit is walking, how spirit is moving. So I went a little further, right? I don't even care about no job no more, because the work that I'm doing is by the sweat of my brow. I'm being obedient finally, y'all. We act like we don't know how to be obedient. We be in a rush. I'm okay. I did house can stay with no furniture in it and everything, because I want to see how it's gonna fill up. I want to see, since there's nothing there, what peace is God gonna bring into my life. And I'm saying that spiritually and physically. What pieces are God gonna bring into my life? So y'all, let me show y'all what I read in John 13. It's about when Jesus washed the disciples' feet, right? It says that when he washed the disciples' feet, he took off his outer garments. Peter didn't understand what was going on, right? So Peter was like, you ain't washing my feet. Don't even touch my feet, right? If y'all notice, he called Peter Simon. He called Peter Peter. And he called Peter Simon Peter. That's nice, nasty, and nice, nasty. Those are the behaviors. If you follow Peter in the interaction between Jesus and Peter, you will see he go between the 2 names a lot. Meaning Peter be jumping back and forth in his behaviors, in his behavior patterns. I picked that up. Another thing I picked up was When he washed their feet, he took off his outer garments. Didn't I tell y'all you got to put the skin suit off? See, there was a symbol. There was a sign. You get down low. This is a code. This what light codes look like. This what seeing in the spirit looks like when you reading the word. Everything symbolizes something. God's words are creatures. He even called his word creatures. And his creatures are twofold, meaning they could be either way, depending on how you looking at it. It's going to fit how you see things. The word is always going to meet you on your level. So when he washed their feet, he took off his outer garments, meaning he took off Caesar, because he had to come down here and be in Caesar's world in order to communicate with us, right? Which is what we do to each other every day. God uses us to get to the next person. So same thing, y'all. You are Christ. If you got the thinking, you're it. You got the mind of Christ, you're it. Tag. So when he took off his outer garments, the rest of him represented who he was in the beginning. The spirit, the words that came from heaven, the power that God sent here. So that was symbolizing that he separated. He took out the outer garments, and he took a towel and wrapped it around his waist, and he washed their feet, and he dried their feet with the towel, because that towel now is anointed, because the spirit is wearing the towel. The spirit of God is washing the feet, not the man. So when Peter said, you ain't gonna wash my feet, he said, I gotta wash your feet. If I don't wash your feet, you won't be connected to me no more. Because I'm about to leave. Meaning you connected to me in this flesh form, because I'm walking here. But dude, you still want to be connected to me when I leave. And if you connected to me when I leave, you going to be connected to my Father. Therefore, if anything you doing, you asking my name, it's done. I got to be able to recognize you. So I'm putting my calling card on you. I'm putting my stamp of approval on you. I'm blessing your walk. I'm blessing your feet, because you about to walk a journey. Because now that I done gave you the sauce, you're going to have to use the sauce. So a lot of y'all think God don't hear you and God's not paying attention, because he feel like if he done pushed you on farther enough, you got to walk, baby. Eventually, you got to come out of the nest and you got to fly around on your own. The thing is, do you trust yourself with what you were taught? Do you use the things that you were taught with? Have you changed into something else since you flew out the nest? Do you know you're still a bird? Like, do you think you're a lion since you came out the nest? Have you lost your identity? This is what's happening. After he put so much in you, he pushed you to walk, to see how you gonna deal with it, to see how you would handle things. He gave you his power and he gave you his authority. Now use it. So the parable of him washing the disciples' feet was so that they can stay connected to him through words, through the anointing, through emotion, through vibration. See, Caesar didn't wash their feet. The man Jesus did not wash their feet. Him taking off his outer garments symbolized God himself showing them approval and washing their feet. I never would have paid that any attention, y'all, if my eyes would not be illuminated. If I didn't give spirit a chance to be spirit. If I don't listen to my inner talkings. If I don't take notes of the signs and the symbols and the colors and the numbers. These are living entities, and they are what's telling the story. See, to a normal eye, It just looked like he was finna get down, wash some feet. He took his clothes off, put a towel around him, and just washed their feet. No. With spiritual eyes, you can actually see God taking off the world, taking off the woes, taking off this fake illusionistic life. Now he's being word, he's being the power, he's being the real. They had the real washing their feet. Isn't that amazing? So, reading this stuff, that thing sat on my bed, y'all. Whatever it was, I had done called it down. And I'm sorry, y'all. It was waiting on me to open my eyes, but y'all, I chickened out. Oh, God, I chickened out, y'all. My heart was racing so bad because I know I'm in this apartment by myself, first of all. The lights are off. See, my human side kicked in. So if you really don't want God, don't call God, because he will come. And it sat on the bed. It even moved my knees so it can get more room to sit down. Y'all, I laid there. When I tell y'all I pretended to be sleeping, that thing leaned on my leg. It rested on my leg. It rubbed my leg for a minute. And it kept scooting back. It's like it was trying to show me, look, I know you ain't sleep, girl. Open your eyes so you can see me. But nope. I chickened out, y'all. Oh, God, I chickened out. I'm going to do it again. And eventually, I'm going to get up the nerve to do it. Now that I know how to call them. Now I know how to go to sleep. When I go to sleep, I set the tone. Because you be powerful in your delta state, beta state, theta state, whatever them states called. Going to sleep is when you more powerful. When you getting into that, oh, I'm about to fall asleep realm, that's when it happens. So I made sure that I just kept repeating it. On earth as it is in heaven. On earth as it is in heaven. I believe you. I believe you. Come. 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 I'm thinking. I'm thinking. I'm reading. I'm reading. I believe. I believe. Come. 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 Let there be light. Let there be light. Let there be light. Y'all, till I went to sleep and woke up and something was actually sitting on my bed. That thing sat there for about an hour. I know, just waiting on me to open my eyes, y'all. Why I went open my eyes? I'm so mad at myself. But not for real mad at myself. Because if you be mad at yourself, that's the emotion that'll block you. I was scared, y'all. I freaked out. But now I'm getting in my zone. And I'm praying that it come back this time. This time, your girl gonna go on and open her eyes, y'all. Because ain't no running from this life. Ain't no running from this life. But if you get the knowledge book, and if you are a believer, if you've been going through spiritual things in the secret, don't want to tell nobody, been calling yourself crazy, read that book. And you will find yourself in those pages. Just like they said, that book is alive. That book is a friend. Keep that book close. Y'all, that book is walking in me right now. That book is actually living in me right now. So I can imagine the book that I wrote, if it got up and did all that by itself, I can imagine that it's going to be walking when the time comes. Because it says you write the book, and the book is written already up there. So the book was on my mind. I had to write. I'm a scribe, right? I'm a scriber. That's what I think. But my book is in heaven, on earth as it is in heaven. on earth as it is in heaven. That book has a job to do. And guess what, y'all? If I don't make no money off that book, that will be my contribution to all the goodness that God has bestowed on me. Everything is not about money. And I have been okay. I have not been living like I'm lacking anything. I may not see the things that I actually want, but can I say I'm in need? Nope, I would be lying. So be careful saying you don't have nothing when you do. Because if you don't have nothing, meaning you don't have the goodness, you don't have the grace, and you don't have the ability to call them down when you need to talk, when you need to believe, when you need to be strengthened. So I got it. I got the sauce, y'all. I don't know about y'all, but I got the sauce, and I'm spreading this sauce on everything. I'm putting this on everything. I love you guys, and I hope this helped. You know, this was just a talk. It wasn't nothing serious, just a talk. But if you want visitation, be careful what you ask for, because you will get visitation. And be careful what you read, because books are alive, and books are made to unlock you or trap you, because words are living entities. They're living deities. So don't just pick up no bull crap book and read it. The knowledge book says the best books to read are channeled books or self-development books. Those are the books that give you worth, the books that make you worthy in the sight of God. Not who killed Tom or what prostitute did this and that, but self-worth stuff. If you want yourself fixed, if you want to feel whole, if you want to feel connected to God, baby, you gonna have to be where God is, just point blank. Ain't no fighting it. And you want to be where God is, because His plan for your life is way better than the plan that you got. I love you.